Hey guys, what's up? It's once again MP4podcast.com, and this is maybe going to be a little bit of a long video, so I'm using some old footage I have, because I don't know how long I'm going to be talking about this topic. But I was watching a video from Total Biscuit, and he was talking about why, getting pre-orders, for the most part, are really, really bad. And the only time I can probably see where getting a pre-order is really even worth purchasing is if you get a discount. Like I bought Sniper Elite, the zombie one, whatever it's called, on Steam, and I think I saved about $3-4 when I pre-ordered it. So I saved a couple of bucks, and going by the track record of Sniper Elite, they're really good games. So it wasn't a lot of money. It was $12. I said, all right, I'll put down 12, whatever it was, $13. And this pre-order, because I'll save a couple of bucks, because I wanted to play it when it came out anyway. But he was talking about like little skins that you get for maybe a certain type of game, or maybe you get a special weapon. And he was saying that 99% of the time, people aren't even going to care about that, even if they do have those features. And the pre-order things, for the most part, are just a scam to get you to pre-order it. But he did say the marketing for pre-orders is really good, and it's working. He says it's good for companies because they get money really quick. But he said in the long term it's bad for the consumer. But this video is a little bit different about that, but very similar in a lot of ways. And the reason why I'm using Injustice, Gods Among Us, to talk about this topic is because this is the PS3 version. And I went to GameStop to pre-order it. And the reason why I got the pre-order at GameStop is because I wanted a guaranteed copy on release date. So I went down to GameStop. I put down my $60, and from the playing the I didn't play the demo, but I watched enough people play the demo. And everybody liked it. And I love fighting games, so it's really hard for me to dislike a fighting game. Unless it's really, really bad. And I didn't have time to try the demo. I was kind of like running around, and I just didn't have time to download it. And I did like Mortal Kombat versus DC, or whatever you call it. And I do have that for the PlayStation 3 as well. But here is the kicker and why I cannot stand GameStop. Now, I'm not trying to put down any of the GameStop employees. I know they're told from their bosses to do these things, to push sales, and I get it. I mean, you're there to make money for the company, but there are times where it gets a little bit overboard. So let me just talk about my experience at GameStop. So I go into GameStop and I pre-ordered it, and it's like $60, and then the guy tried to get me to buy the DLC. Like, I can buy the DLC right at GameStop. I mean, I can buy the DLC on my PS3. If I get the Xbox One, I can get it for the Xbox. Also, just to let you guys know, DLC is coming to the Nintendo Wii for Injustice, so that's really good. But it's coming in August. PC, Mac, whatever, you can get the DLC. You don't have to get it from GameStop. So I was like, if I really don't like the game, why spend the money on the DLC? I mean, just to have a little safety net there for myself. And he tried to get me to buy, and he started telling me that it was going to go up to $25. If you get the DLC now, it's $10 cheaper, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, that's that. And I just said no. Then he shows me a piece of paper so I can get like the statues for Injustice, and these are really cool if you like superheroes. They're going to be a limited quantity, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want it, but there's nothing wrong showing me that stuff. But trying to get me to buy the DLC at GameStop, that really got on my nerves. And then he, starts going through the computer. He goes, oh, he's thinking, what else would this guy like? He goes, oh, would you like to order Batman Origins? If you like DC characters, you should get this game. And I'm like, no, I don't want to get it right now. I don't want to put down a pre-order for a game. I mean, keep in mind, I got my pre-order probably about a week before the game came out. And you're talking about a game that comes out in April, and I'm going to put a pre-order on something for September or October, whenever the Batman Origin comes out. And don't get me wrong, the Batman games are awesome. I love them. I have them on Steam. They're awesome. I play them with the controller on the PC just because I prefer the controller for those types of games from the mouse and keyboard. But hey, if you like mouse and keyboard, that's cool too. But I don't want to be tied to something and be like, okay, now I have to go get this game. Maybe I don't have the money for it at the time, or maybe the game's not getting good reviews. And don't get me wrong, the Batman game is probably going to be awesome. But I'm just saying in general for most pre-orders, it's not worth it to get these pre-orders at all, really, tell you the truth. And what even ticked me off, then he starts saying, he started looking at all my other purchases that I've done at this GameStop. And, that's the GameStop I go to because it's the closest one to my house. And, I bought Call of Duty, first-person shooters. He's like, you like first-person shooters. Would you like to pre-order Battlefield 4, for a blah, blah, blah system, or the next Call of Duty? Because I know this guy. He is a big Battlefield guy, so he tries to push Battlefield over Call of Duty. And don't get me wrong, the only reason why I haven't tried Battlefield is because of the code. And I don't know if I want to invest $60 on a brand new copy, have a code tied to my console, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I just don't want to deal with that. I bought Assassin's Creed 3, and I think that has a code as well. So I think that is tied to my system. I didn't even think that game even had a code for it or whatever. But I don't want to deal with codes. You put the game in, you play it, whatever. I don't want to, maybe you change your gamer tag or excuse me, or whatever. I hate dealing with codes. I don't want to deal with them, and that's why I like console gaming. But things are changing. I don't want to deal with serial numbers. I don't want to deal with any of this stuff. I want to put it in, and that's it. Okay, I don't pirate games or any of that stuff. It just gets on my nerves at that point. And to go through the list of games that I purchased before, and then starting to try and find other titles that I might be interested in the fall. He goes, GTA 5 is coming up. Well, if I want any of these pre-orders, I'll go to the store a week before the game comes out and get my pre-order then. Why do I have to have a pre-order 6 months down the road for these games? Okay? Who knows? Maybe I want to trade in my PS3 or my Xbox 360 for a next-gen console. You hear what I'm saying? You don't even know if it's worth keeping these systems. Forget about the DRM about Xbox One or PS4. Forget about that stuff for a second. Some people don't want to have old consoles. They rather just upgrade. They rather just they play their games and that's it. And they'll take their games and trade them into this, GameStop or wherever the used game store that they go to or whatever. I'm not saying, I know they sell new stuff. Just get rid of it and then have a new experience at a cheaper price. I've done that, traded my PS2 with some games and blah blah blah. I got an Xbox 360. My Xbox 360, the original one I had, broke down. And I know I'm going off topic just for a little bit, but I think it was Game Craze. I actually took my my broken Xbox 360 to. It wasn't broken. I sent it back to Microsoft to get fixed. But I took my Xbox games. I said, hey, just give me the PS3, all right? I don't want to deal with the Xbox with the red ring. And then the red ring problem started to go away after Microsoft started tweaking the system a little bit. And with the first chipset that was in the Xbox, they put a heat sink. And I had one of those as well. The Xbox Elite, that red ringed, sent that out to be fixed. And the Xbox I have now is the white one. It's the 60. It was a 60 gig model, and that has a second chipset from Microsoft. so they're smaller chips, so they don't get as hot. So far, that one has been running perfect. I haven't had any problems with that one, and no red ring. It's been running really good for a pretty long time. So knock on wood that this one doesn't break. My PS3 broke after about, I don't know, 6 years or something. So my 60 gig PS3, I love that. I wish I still had it, but if you have a 60 gig PS3 and it breaks, I mean, if it just malfunctions, sometimes it's just better to just trade it in, because I went online, I researched it, getting it repaired, and a lot of people say once it starts going, it's always going to go, and it's just not worth always fixing it. So, that's my case on that. But GameStop, I know I went off topic for a little bit. GameStop has to stop pushing, every type of sale on top of you. Because I'll tell you one thing, GameStop, your enemy is Amazon, like other retailers and so on, where I can just go online, purchase my game, and have it shipped to my house. Okay. Also, your enemy is PC games. Okay, where people can just make a purchase at their house and have the game downloaded on their computer. All right. I don't want to deal with going into these stores anymore and dealing with this shit. I hate every time I go to Best Buy and, would you like to buy our warranty? No, I'm not interested in buying your warranty. Let me give you another breakdown. Why I sometimes can't even stand Best Buy. My cousin was sent to Iraq, right? He used to be in the Army. So, he's a big music fan, so I went over to Best Buy to buy him a stereo, a boombox, like we put CDs, and this one played MP3s, and so I put a whole bunch of stuff on CDs for him, music that I downloaded for free, that music that isn't illegal to give out. So I'm just saying that, so in case the music industry wants to come after me. And the girl at the register is like, would you like to buy a warranty? And I'm like, no, I don't need a warranty. They go like, well, it's a really good deal for about $10. Well, I said, let me tell you something. This radio is going to be shipped to Iraq, and it's probably going to cost me about $15 to ship it. And when you ship something to somebody in the Army, you don't ship it to Iraq. They have a special address. Like every Army person, I guess it goes to some base, and then they look up where that person is, and then it gets shipped out to wherever it has to go. Now I'm like, listen, this stereo is going to Iraq. And goes, well, it's a really good deal. It's a really good deal. And Bob, and she wouldn't stop. And I'm just like, listen, even if I had to return it, it would cost me, well, my cousin probably would have paid for it, another $20, $15, $20 to ship it back here, okay, to the U.S., have me come back to Best Buy, all right, get another one, and then pay another $15 or $20 to ship it back to Iraq, okay? This crap has to stop, and I'm really starting to get sick of it. It's getting on my nerves a lot with these retailers, and I really don't have too much love for Best Buy, and all. I tell you one other story that really got on my nerves at Best Buy, and this is going way back. I was looking to buy a DVD player, and this is when DVD players for a good one was around $200 to $250, and the guy was like, well, you want to buy this DVD player? I'm like, yeah, I want to buy this DVD player. He goes, you want to get the warranty? And I'm like, no, I don't want to get the warranty. He goes, well, the warranty's really good. He's like, what? You don't believe in changing the oil in your car or having your car maintained? I'm like, listen, I don't want the warranty. And I almost got so pissed off I felt like screaming at this kid, but I didn't. I bit my tongue on that one. But he was probably 15, 16 years old. He was a punk or something like that. And I was just like, and I don't know how Best Buy works their warranties. Maybe employees get, they say they don't make any money on these, warranties and stuff like that, but I think they get like points to maybe buy stuff in the store, and that's why they always trying to push the warranty, things like that. But it just got on my nerves that this guy says, what, you don't believe in changing the oil in your car? I'll tell you something. I still have that DVD player that was bought in 2003 or 2002. I don't even remember. It's a JVC. And guess what? It still works to this day with no problems. And if it broke, guess what? I don't care. So it just gets on my nerves with Best Buy, GameStop, and all this stuff. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to deal with it. Maybe just buy whatever you want online, Amazon. I say screw these retailers. If they want me to go to their store and not harass me, I'll go to their store. But if you're gonna harass me and try to shove shit down my throat like warranties and DLC and try to get me to buy other stuff, I'll go someplace else. And let me tell you something. Best Buy's hurting right now. GameStop's going to be hurting pretty soon with DLC downloads. And GameStop's even trying to find ways to resell your DLC, which probably isn't going to work. They're probably trying to work out something with Sony, Microsoft, Steam, where you can have licenses being traded back and forth. I think Steam has something like that. If you buy Steam games, you can give the code to your friend and it deactivates it on your account or something like that. But this crap has to stop, and it's getting to the point where I'm just aggravated. Because let me tell you something, GameStop and Best Buy, right? A lot of people don't want to deal with your extra sales and stuff. And on top of that, they don't want to pay the sales tax when going into your store. So you now have two reasons not to shop at GameStop and Best Buy. I go to Amazon. I don't have to deal with all this extra, buy this. Of course, Amazon might have a pop-up, not a pop-up, but, something like, they'll send me a stupid email or something. It's not as bad as dealing with a person. It's not that big. I don't even know if I dislike it, because sometimes I see something that I do like. But, I can make a decision within about 3 seconds. So people don't want to deal with the extra shit that you put on top of, products when you're buying something, and the sales tax. And I don't have to pay sales tax at Amazon. Well, Amazon is located in California, so people in California have to pay sales tax. But if I buy something where the company's in Massachusetts, I'll have to pay sales tax. So what I'm saying to Best Buy and GameStop, stop pushing extra shit down people's throats, because even though you thought that you were maybe making more money back in the heyday, those days are now dwindling. Alright? And Amazon and Newegg, those are the retailers that most people are going to. There's other retailers that other people go to for other things, I don't know, maybe there's girls like to buy jewelry, or there's a place they go or whatever for fashion. I don't know nothing about that. But, there's retailers online for everything that people like to do. If you like photography, there's B&H, there's Andromeda, great deals over there. Amazon has photography as well. Newegg for computer stuff. There's other places as well. Amazon computers too, but I'm going a little bit off topic, but this stuff needs to stop. And if you go into GameStop and somebody's trying to push that down, just like no. And before I end this video, there's one thing that I did almost forget about. When I did pick up my copy of Injustice, Gods Among Us, the kid was trying to, again, get me to buy the DLC. Saying it was going to go up to $25. It's going to be $25. It's going to be $25. It never went up to $25. It stayed at $14.99. And I did buy that DLC because I do want those extra characters unlocked for making YouTube videos. Alright, maybe I would have bought it, maybe I wouldn't have if it was you know, just for myself, I don't know if I would have spent the extra money. But you know what he put in the bag? A release date for all the new games coming out to entice me to buy even more. Okay, I didn't even look at it. You know, I think I might have glanced at it for a second, but I'm not looking at, oh, this game, I have to get this and this away. I mean, I looked at the piece of paper. There was a bunch of titles on it, whatever. But that's my point of view. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to know how your experience is at GameStop, Best Buy. And also, do you prefer buying online so you don't have to deal with people? I feel that, you know, back in the day, you know, buying online was better. And before I end this video, and I know I'm lying to you guys, one time I went to Circuit City to buy a VCR. And the guy said to me, well, if you don't buy the warranty and it breaks, don't come to me crying. That's the mentality of these salespeople. And I'm not saying that these salespeople are bad, but the worst guy that ever did was probably the Circuit City guy. And the Best Buy guy was really close. Those two guys I really wanted to clock. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Once again, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to the channel. Always making new videos. Take care, guys. Later, guys. Bye.